In this video, I want to walk through a website that I recently created called Kalo Travel Com, and I'm just going to fly through the website and all the learnings that I've came up with, or all the problems that I had to overcome. And essentially, this is a travel company. The client was very, very cool, and you can see that it has a really premium feel, like a black, a gold, and you can even tell just from the fonts used, it's very like premium, and it's very elegant as well because I try to keep it with like lines and like really nice icons just to convey that premium feel. So I'm going for a premium feel in this website. And here's the hero section. We just have this really nice background video, and this is just for a travel company, explore, connect, unwind. And typically in hero sections, I spend the most time when I create a website because that's where the user lands. And what I like to do is just like the user doesn't have to read the paragraph text. It's almost like they see the background video, they already know what it's about. If not, they can read the header one and they'll definitely know what it's about. And if not, then they can read the paragraph text. That's kind of how I like to think about it. Or that's how I planned it. We have a CTA of Get Inspired Now, and we have a sticky nav. I'm a fan of sticky navs because you can always see it. You can always know what page you're on and what pages there are on the website. There are situations where I would not put a sticky nav. I would actually make a nav where when they scroll down, it disappears, and when you scroll back up, it reappears. So that way it takes more screen resolution and the user is more focused. But in this case, I put a sticky nav. We have this section here where it has this really nice timeline effect that I added. This specific icon is actually from the logo. So I actually carried out that identity and I try to put it in the design. The images are very, very nice, super nice actually. So that really adds to a premium feel. And I said this many times, what even makes up a website visually is the images / videos as well as the font choice, just from a visual perspective. So that tells a story. And then below this, we have a 3 CTA. So these are the main, actions that the user should take. They can either learn where to go, so the destinations, what to do. So these are like the itineraries, and then travel stories is like a blog functionality that I built through the CMS. Then here we have this testimonial section in a slider with that nice background video. And here we have how it works. So this actually addresses the customer's pain point. We have step 1, step 2, step 3. It's always great to add how it works if it's applicable, because sometimes the user usually fills out like a contact form and they might be intimidated, like what happens after I fill in this contact form? This is telling you specifically what happens. You can fill in the contact form, we'll then book a discovery call, you then put a non-refundable deposit, then you get to customize your journey, then you get to enjoy the services, which is the travel experience. So that way there's no confusion. And the more that you address these pain points and you have less confusion for the user's mind, they will more likely engage in your services. Or they will not be more likely to engage in your services, which is a good thing because it's almost like you're only getting the right people in. Then we just have this CTA section with this really nice background video that I repeated, and some blog functionality, and this footer, very clean. And it even has a newsletter sign up. So this actually goes into the client's email list where they can do whatever they want with it, but that's always something powerful to do. Then let's just fly through the websites, not the websites, the pages. We have destinations. So this is all built through the CMS, and these are like different places in the world, in this under the sun world. And the client can actually add in new destinations. And you notice that each destination also has some features. So these are like tags. These are actually CMS references from another collection. And the reality is you can only put up to 5 tags inside a multi-reference CMS collection. You Webflow developers know exactly what I mean. And because I'm using FinSuite's filter and sort functionality, again, all credit goes to FinSuite, there's only a limit of 5. So I had to go over this by using the FinSuite nested solution. Yeah, so any developer will know exactly what I'm saying. But in a nutshell, this functionality right here is actually filtering the CMS right here. And then these tags right here is another collection. So these are multi-reference fields, and it's only limited to 5. So that's how I overcame it through using FinSuite nested solution, which lets you, go beyond the capabilities. And then scrolling all the way down, you can see there's a lot of these. So that's why the filters are really, really good. And it's just good user experience. So if I want to go to Africa and I just want to relax in this under the sun world, I can just tag these and I'll be like, ooh, this looks really cool. Rwanda, Looks nice. Cool. And the next page is itineraries. So these are the package deals. Again, this is done in the CMS. And if I just go into one of them, let's say Rwanda again, you'll notice that we have trip details. And on the left-hand side, this is a rich text element. And on the right-hand side, this is a sticky section where as I scroll down, it stays on the right. And it really just shows everything in a nutshell, that this specific itinerary, the description, as well as the sub menus. So if I click on these like hyperlinks, it actually scrolls me down to that section. This shows the trip features and it shows like the starting price. And if you're ready to go, you click this CTA button, which scrolls you down to the very bottom of the website. But besides that, it's a very long page because it has a lot of information about what this involves, like every single day. It has a gallery right here, which is done through the CMS in a multi-image field. And I specifically made this not into a slider or into anything else, but I made it so it stacks on top of each other. So when the user reads everything, they're already invested. Like they already went in this website, they're already interested, and they're reading this trip detail. They're seeing these really nice images. They're seeing all these highlights. And then once they scroll down, the images almost sell for itself. It's like, I'm already invested. I'm looking at all these images. Nice. So if this was a slider, you're kind of missing out, on showing the rest of the images because you're relying on the user to hit this arrow icon, which they may or may not see. So that's a decision I had to make. And then scrolling all the way down at the very bottom, we have the final CTA, which is saying if you're interested in this itinerary, you can either fill out a form or you can book directly through Calendly link. And this was done very on purpose because this specific audience is perhaps not tech savvy, hence why they might not understand how to use this Calendly function, or they might not be used to it. That's why there's a form on the left. And it also goes to show if you're not ready to book in a time, you might be intimidated to jump on a call, you can just send a message first. So this is a very specific, unique scenario where I put 2 CTAs, and that's essentially what the client wanted anyways. So let's fly through the other pages. We have About Us right here. So very straightforward, using some same components from the homepage, CTAs and footer. Then in Stories, this is like a blog post right here. So you can read about this train story, and you can see that the font is really nice. The images are very clean, very high quality, which just adds to the, the branding and the whole company. It says a lot about the company. And it has some share buttons and the CTA and footer. So finally, we have the Contact Us page. This specific page has the Calendly function because that's what the client really wanted, to book in the time. Because sometimes when you fill in a contact form, more likely than not, you would have to organize a time to actually meet the person, to meet the potential lead/client. So this Calendly function skips that whole step. And you can also send a message right here, which is a secondary CTA of if you don't want to book a Calendly, you can actually just send a message. So this was the website. There was just one thing I want to mention for the destinations right here. This filter was probably the most time consuming because it's a functionality I had to build with the FinSuite plugin. And something to keep in mind is how this looks like on mobile. So right now, if you look at it on desktop, everything looks cool. And then if I put it on mobile, this filter is still working, but it's working in a horizontal overflow order, which I actually did a tutorial, I believe. And everything still works and the reset button still works, but that's what I had to do. And again, there could be many ways of doing this, but this is the one that I went with. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Feel free to check out the website, kalotravel.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace be with you.